This is one of the best cards, especially with the coin. But okay, yeah, I have a coin, so we're gonna keep it. I wouldn't keep it without a coin.
Well met.
Yeah, I like that druid a lot. The aggro one. It's pretty good. Let's go in Villain's Chosen, my guy. Since if he plays Muster, he can kill my guy. Does that matter though?
Right away.
And I just curve out like this. I won't really be able to heal my cleric. This is a tempo deck. I really don't want to spend time healing and drawing cards if it's not a useful attack. Still a 2-3 here. Not. This is actually pretty reasonable to just drop down to 2-3.
Right away.
My shield for Argus.
Wasn't entirely expecting that one. 2-4 with taunt, and I can heal my guy. Fairly reasonable. Guardian's pretty good. This means that he needs one more damage to get through, which is still something.
Put this apple on your head.
I might even get cleared here. We'll see. No, I don't think I will get cleared after he missed so many. It's kind of fortunate. I really need Holy Nova this turn, actually. It'd be really good. Oh, okay, that's huge. This is Velen's Chosen, too. So, yeah, perfect.
Right away.
Otherwise, I have to Corruptor and trade, and I guess I would have a Corruptor left over against some 1/1s. I see a stay ahead until Ysera. He's pretty all in, I guess. It's a mid-range paladin, not an aggro paladin, but this doesn't really change the fact that he's pretty all in. Or I guess like whoever stays ahead in this matchup will generally win. Because it's a tempo matchup. That's why I like this priest more. I'm not a huge control player. I never thought tempo priest is good until Dragon Priest, so even though I don't normally play priest, I do normally play this style, and it's making me more willing to play priest now, so I can just drop everything next turn. Or I'll probably hero power this. It's a lot of value. Never mind. So I just drop everything. It's a little, I'm not really using the hero power, and I could still get cleared by Goodluck Consecrate.
Are you mocking me? Mocking me? Stand ready.
We do have the Shower Death for Tyrion. He misses Dr. Boom turn already, and if I just go ahead, stay ahead until Ysera should be a lockdown. He basically needs like a Goodluck Consecrate out.
To arms, men.
It's very hard when he has this little amount of cards. I did lose my spell power for the Holy Nova.
Let me change your mind.
My fate is sealed. This is money.
I might be far enough ahead not plop down to Sarah, especially against the land hands. I might just go ahead and powered shield this to get out of range of the true silver champion.
Obey.
My fate is sealed. Money.
I just want to have just enough to make it so he can't really make a comeback other than with Equality Consecrate. And then just go ahead and plop down your Sarah after if he does have it. This should be a great Holy Nova turn with how I can set up my board to be damaged. One here,
Duty calls.
2 here.
My fate is sealed. You.
This should be Clanto's list.
The victory is yours.
I'm gonna keep Villain's Chosen. The Twilight Wolf, I'm not sure because I'm never gonna drop on turn 1 with the Cleric. And then it seems like I'd rather curve out a little bit differently. Like hitting a 2-drop or just something else.
Well met.
Is someone injured?
Greetings.
Might be pretty good at keeping Priest, just because I can still heal and play it on the same turn. I don't know if I'd do that though.
Apple on your head.
Are you mocking
Right away.
me?
I don't want to keep it for a Dragon Synergy. If I had that, this turn would have been much better for me. It's important for me to have something down though. Basically, I'll leave behind like a 3-4 here. This way I'll leave behind a 3-4 as well. Either way, against True Silver, he can't True Silver, huh? 3-4.
The damned stand ready.
I guess this is weaker to True Silver. Villain's Chosen's better later, because I can combo with Holy Nova and it's more of a surprise factor. These are slower cards.
Follow the rule.
I just didn't want to get this True Silver because I would lose a Death Rattle.
My fate is sealed. Don't turn.
Alright, this is a game where I'm going to be playing from behind against Paladin. It's much harder here.
Are you mocking me?
It might have been better for me to actually just not drop the Twilight Drake last turn and Villain's Chosen my Worm Rest into his Peacekeeper.
Reporting for duty.
I'm gonna play this while I still have a Dragon in my hand. It does okay against the board, clears everything. Also does okay against Quartermaster, because there's three attack here. I'm always kind of a little bit unsure about Vol'jin in this deck.
My shield for Argon.
It seems like you have like a good time on your head, and Vol'jin, since you don't have things like Smite, like the small spells, it's hard to Vol'jin from behind, but it might just be too good to pass up.
Reporting for duty.
Once I get like higher in mana, I can do some cool combos with Villain's Chosen and Holy Nova maybe on the same turn to Holy Nova for 3.
Reporting for duty.
He's just going for it. Let me see what I draw first. Actually, wait. What I should do is attack
Is someone injured?
here first. Or draw first. See if I get a Holy Nova first. And if not, then play the the Azure Drake here. Because I still want to draw first and have enough mana to play Holy Nova here. Good thing is the 1/3 is really good here, unless he has Quartermaster.
Reporting for duty.
It does have
To
Quartermaster.
arms, men.
It makes sense though, because he took a big risk against Holy Nova to leave up 1/1s. This is a really good Vol'jin target. Although, let's see, let's say I Vol'jin it, it's still going to be a 7-2. It's still annoying. Can't do the last 2 damage hit unless I trade in. I might even consider something like Vol'jin and Death just to develop a 5 mana for a 6-7 and then Death it. That makes probably the most sense. I won't have Death for a Tyrion though. I'm not in great shape against Tyrion right now because of Harrison. Like, I don't have Harrison. Even if I Death Tyrion, the Ashbringer is probably gonna be enough to win the game. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the risk here.
Be restless.
Oh, Asuna, thanks for resubbing. Welcome to the Strife Crew. Crowfist.
I have no time for games.
I like the Shaman Totem deck until like the Mysterious Challenger Paladin popped up. It's Shaman's weak to Paladin, and then like that one is even stronger early game. I feel like with the Shaman deck, you don't want to play from behind. So if like a deck that comes out where like you're kind of always behind,
Let us see if this works.
this is basically my only shot.
Here come the voodoo.
Because next turn he would guarantee that he steals my Vol'jin, and there's no way I just like face race him. I don't have any burn or anything. I have to hope he steals one of my small guys.
My shield for Argon. Reporting for duty.
You have best.
This is my first time with the deck. I very likely could have won this game while getting better and playing better. I don't think I should have mulliganed the Twilight. Well, if you think about it, Priest, you can use your hero power and heal. Like, so use your hero power and play a minion in the same turn. If you do have like an opening like I did.
Shall bring victory. The light shall burn you.
And another thing is, I think the turn 4 I shouldn't have played on Curve, the Twilight Guardian. I should have just Villain's Chosen. I feel like I'm just developing minions. It doesn't feel wrong to keep Shrink Meister as my 2-drop against Priest, because it's not a weapon class where I need the Worm Rust agent for a taunt or anything like that. A 3-2 is really good against Priest.
Is someone injured?
I must consider.
I can get in my 1 free damage. I don't know, I guess it doesn't make enough of a difference. Let me just draw here. It trades in, but once he starts playing the bigger minions, like with Taunt, or if he has Villain's Chosen. Because I think the most important thing is Villain's Chosen early in the Dragon Priest matchup, or Twilight Guardian, since it beats the small stuff.
I must consider.
Are you mocking me?
This is going to be a little bit awkward since I don't have a dragon next turn for the Twilight Guardian. But I do need this extra minion on board right now. Because if he heals, the Wormrust agent won't kill anything. Just do 2 damage to both his minions and protect my small guys, and then I'll need these to trade in.
I must consider.
I'll probably be saving Shrink Cabal. It's really good that I top decked a dragon. Allows me to keep my board up with the taunt. Since I'm mostly weak to the small trades against my two small guys here. I guess I'll just use, it's too much of a tempo matchup to save till turn 8 if I don't get stuff going, but if he's running the same list or similar list, I think Ysera is the staple, so I can Shrink Master Cabal Ysera. That's pretty much game over if I'm not super far behind. Otherwise there's like things like Twilight Guardian, Cultist, Drake. I think most things are in Shrink Cabal range other than the Blackwing Corruptor.
Must consider.
My best possible thing is to play Holy Nova on turn 5 with the North Shard Cleric still up. Okay, so I can Vol'jin and trade. That's pretty good. But then I'm kind of in Holy Nova range. I should just take the card draw. Let's make it... Let's do this. Now I have mega, mega card advantage. And it's very likely that I will be able to save Shrink Cabal since I have other cards here. Smite makes sense in this deck. Maybe even over like Shower Pain or something, but because this deck has a lot of minion presence, so things like adding damage is really good since you can add 2 damage to something. I should have killed first.
Right away.
I'm like way too far ahead though now, so. Basically at this point I'm just playing around with huge swings. I guess the biggest things would be Holy Nova and Light Bomb. Holy Nova here and Light Bomb, I guess both aren't very good. And then I guess the other big swing thing would be his own Shrink Cabal, but...
I have no time for games.
I can buff this up if Ellen's Chosen, I have 10. If he steals it, that's bad. I can just trade both of these in for it. Hopefully he steals the Cleric, or the 3-1. Actually, that makes a lot of sense.
Right away. Right away.
Quickly.
I have a lot of card advantage. I don't really need to keep healing and drawing more cards. Better to play around something like Cabal on the Wormrust Agent. I did lose the value from the villains on the Sorcerer, but got to save my Cleric, so...
Right away.
Limitless power.
Right away.
It's unlikely this deck has Pyromancer, so having a 3-1 I think is better than a 3-2, since this guy's, the Cleric's worth more. In case of something like Holy Nova. I do have a spell power here, huh? If I only had 1 more mana, I'll probably just heal my Cleric. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Play something, heal my Cleric. Actually...
The spirits be restless.
Right away.
Let's do that. I mean, I was getting pretty close to overdrawing myself. Maybe it's something to consider since Priest might be able to overdraw me a little bit. Shrink was good last turn as well on the Drake. Pretty much the same as Vol'jin,
Consider.
since I can just attack it with the Cleric and not lose the Cleric, but still saving the Shrink Cabal combo. Vol'jin's actually nice against many of the things that Shrink Cabal is good against as well, but the reason why I played this, like this 3 instead of the Worm Rest, because I want to play around Cabal Shadow Priest. I don't want him to have any like easy answers for big comebacks. Even though like I can counter Cabal, things like that, it's just not something that I want to go for. Like I want to make it as hard as possible for him.
Quickly.
I'm gonna play fast here.
Are you mocking me? My fate is seen here, come.
Right away.
Well played.
I wield the power.
Just playing a mixture of things that are weak to Cabal and weak to Light Bomb, I guess. Like kind of like some things that don't die to Light Bomb. And then I guess at this point Cabal I don't care about too much on the battlefield.
Greetings. You have been. The light shall bring victory.
And I keep Pain to protect myself against Knife Juggler here. I might save the Powered Shield for Dragonkin Sorcerer, but if he's playing slow and no 1-drop, I'm not going to use my coin here either. My two options are to Powered Shield the Cabal or the Sorcerer, because, I mean, the Cleric. Doing the Cleric saves me from Dark Bomb.
Greetings.
Is someone injured?
Getting the draw seems really important in this matchup to keep up with cards against the handlock. It should be easy to actually like draw as well, kind of, since I have big minions against like Twilight Drake or something. Let's go ahead and play the Guardian first. If I play Dragonkin Sorcerer first, then I won't have a dragon anymore for the Guardian. Since this is in Dragon. Okay. Might try to get some cards here. Like one turn from Vol'jin, but... You know, I messed up. I should have actually just played the Worm Rest Agent last turn. Then I can coin out Vol'jin. For some reason I thought I could Vol'jin his 4-drop. So what's the most important thing to do here? I guess try to draw some cards, and also to try to play around AoE. So if I attack this and heal... I can attack this and heal this. It'll do more damage. Probably is worth it. Still not weak to Hellfire, I think.
Right away.
I guess Vol'jin is like a key card for me in this matchup. Not only does it kill as many, it makes me have like basically like a 6-8 or 6-9 against the Twilight Drake. 6-8 against a Mountain Giant or Molten Giant. And I do have ways to deal 2 damage right now since I have a Twilight Whelp. It's basically what I'm going for. I'm not going to attack right now. Getting him too close to Molten's. The first priority for me is to get a good card draw. But if I did it this turn with the Cleric and heal, I wouldn't have anything else on the field. Whereas next turn I can play Cleric and Cultist and heal, like perfect mana curve. Yeah, let's go ahead and save my pain. Wait, I think it's worth it to save the pain. I don't feel like pain is useful at all here. Basically kills the slime, but I don't feel like the slime is relevant.
Is someone injured?
The damned stand ready.
I hope he doesn't have another Hellfire. It's really good here still. But at least I got my 2-card draw, the double cleric. I could have played around second Hellfire by using the Showered Pain. And then not dropping the Cultist. This is stronger though. Okay, so he got one of my clerics. I still need to keep drawing. This is going to be a Vol'jin turn. Vol'jin, I have a 6/8. I need to do 2 damage. I'm gonna have to sacrifice my cultist. Okay, that makes sense. Draw first. What do I want to buff? Okay, I have no choice.
Right away.
The spirits be rested.
Because I was saying I don't want to buff Vol'jin probably, but I have to use Vol'jin before trading. It's not good because like having one big minion isn't too great. There's like an owl or shadow siphon soul or whatever. It's a way I can develop my board, preferably making something that's not weak against. I guess I have a good idea of what I want to do here. Straw first. Try to keep up in cards. I don't have to play Remoltens anymore because I already played one.
Power flows through me.
Right away.
Getting this death is really important. Plus I have now my super combo, Shrink Cabal. That's like the nuts against Twilight Drake. Shrink Cabal against Twilight Drake oftentimes is like the way that Priest actually wins against Handlock. This kind of Priest is so different though than before, so. How much damage do I have? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Well